Welcome to another edition of Jak-To-The-Biw-Mur. And we're going to bring up a guy who's an up-and-coming comic. We're going to ask him a few questions. So let's bring to the stage Vincent Paul.
Hey, 14 people watching on YouTube right now. 7 views myself. We got another episode here at Jak-To-The-Biw-Mur, yeah! Woo! And we have a long-awaited guest and fan that I made up. Vince Paul, everybody. The great Vince Paul.
Thanks. I'm actually happy to do this. It's very fun.
Yeah, you watched some of the episodes. You were...
I have. I know what, it's probably 14 views. I mean, your family's what? Are you Cuban?
Yeah.
Not good at paying their bills and shit.
Oh!
That's true. I mean, look at you.
That's true.
You go to the gym?
They actually do. I have to go to the gym just to maintain
Maintain the fat?
Maintain the...
I want to maintain the B cup and
Yeah.
this around here and still do what I have to do.
Those who don't know, Vince Paul is the white nigger of the comedy cabaret, everybody.
Well, at least I'm white. I'm upgraded. Or is it dirty Dago?
The door 2 audience members just walked out, but nonetheless, Vince, those who don't know, Vince used to run this open mic down to the ground. But
I possibly did.
Yeah. And why don't you tell us about some of your antics? What kind of things would you do with the audience and the comedians? What kind of open mic runner were you?
The truth of it was, I never admitted it at the time. When I took it again, first took it over in 2003, but by late 05 when I took it over, I started developing stage fright. So instead of telling guys, oh, I'm afraid and I have shitty material, let me just say, no, I don't feel like doing it. But one of the things I would do, and this just sounds so stupid, but it got over. It really did get over with people. I tried to incorporate the stupid stuff of pro wrestling into an open mic.
So you were trying to do what Matt Reese was doing like a year ago. You remember he was hitting himself with the pants and shit? And
No.
He had the blonde dyed hair.
Mine was entertaining.
Oh!
No, it's not saying it was actually, people thought it was like legit, that you could just shit on the guy. We had a guy named Tomos. Nobody liked him. It was really bad. So one time, and since I would just start a, you're not funny, that chant.
Oh.
And the rest of it, when there was actually paid people here, they started doing it. So that was...
Oh, that's good. You got the audience involved in it.
Yeah, that's
good.
We're audience.
I was an asshole. That's...
Right. Well, at least you got the paying customers involved to it, I guess, right?
Which was luck.
Have you ever had a group of audience members walk out? Like angrily, like it's a crowd, like, we're getting out of here.
Honestly, I can't remember. A comic walked out. This happened many years ago. It was a weird time as a room manager. It's odd when you're running the room because you also have to be in charge, which doesn't feel right if you're a comedian. You don't know how to police somebody. But anyway, a comic comes up and says, "Hey, there's a couple back there. I think the girl's giving the guy a hand job." Not kidding. So you should do something. Another comic comes up. This guy, forget his name, but he was a Christian comic. And he knew he was a Christian comic because he said it about 12 times when he got off on stage that he was a Christian comic. He found out he saw me and he walks out. And he never came back. He came back a week later because he was offended that somebody was actually, that was the only pleasure going on that night.
Exactly. It was no laughter. It was just something. We just got the light. That's how bad the show is. Ignore that light. Just like we all do. We're up here. Now, how did you get over your fear of not being a big pussy? How did you decide to just...
I had this, again, this was, I don't know what, they said it was a small stroke. I never believed it because I didn't go to the doctors right after. I was supposed to go up on stage, and I did that night, but for 15 minutes, my whole left side went numb. Went on stage, it went really well. Went to the doctors 2 days later, told the symptoms, said, oh, it's a small stroke. It's a transmutic attack. I was drinking heavily, and I was losing a lot of weight every passing day, so it was just running yourself into the ground. But honestly, you just have to have fun with it. I don't care to, my goal is not to play certain clubs. I just like doing an open mic. I have shitty goals after 14 years. I just want to play an open mic and have fun.
So your doctor pretty much said, sir, you have a case of the Gallagher's. You're going to die any minute now. Keep doing it, because that's every comedian's dream, to die right on stage. Even if worse, you die in this stage right here in front of 4 of your fellow comics and 1 cut audience member, never coming back here again.
And this is what's great about this room.
That's right.
Nobody, we care, and the faces change,
Right.
The attitude has kind of changed, but it's always, there's no prize. There's no prize when you enter the comedy cabaret.
Except at the end of the show when Derry gives out his awards.
Yeah, that's close. That's actually better than the no-pay MC job.
That's right.
That's at least you get rewarded for that.
Yeah, so you do this off and on for 14 years, you would say?
I pretty much stopped for a good 5-year period. Just
Okay, so he's been doing this for 9 years then?
Oh, they say once you're. I realized a lot of mistakes I made. Biggest one, I stole a joke, didn't know it at the time, but I kept using it. So I remember, which is the biggest no-no, but at least I can admit to, that was fucking, that was.
All right, well, half the comedians in this room are not going to admit that.
Oh,
Hey, that's my joke, I wrote that. I wrote that joke 6 years ago.
And that's the biggest, the worst is when you see the joke that you subconsciously lifted, and then you see it on TV and you go, fuck, I had nothing else to close with, I'm still going to use that and just pretend. Yeah, I was an asshole. I would never do that again, but it's better than working with the guy who goes, oh, you know, I do something similar, and they fucking don't.
Yeah, well, I've actually called out a few times, like, to their face, let's steal it, but not like Joe Rogan, like, you stole it, you fucking stole it!
You know, just shin lock.
Yeah, but
Because
I
you can.
don't know why, I think I like the confrontation of it, I kind of like going.
The confrontation is great, because most comics are pussies just when it comes to that stuff. Like, I don't want to hurt his feelings, but you fucking talk behind their back. It's better to come out, but not in a confrontational way without trying to be violent.
Right.
But as long as you just do this to have fun. If anybody does this and think, I'm going to be on the Tonight Show.
No, it's not gonna.
Hopefully it can with hard work, but have fun with it. Occasionally you'll win.
Right, have fun. I like this room because it's very unprofessional. I get very tense at healing, you know, it's too professional in there. You feel like you're going to get banned, you know, you're going to yank the cane on you, yank this guy off, he's going 30 seconds over. You're never working this town again!
Because the one chair at Helium is worth all the tables and chairs in this room, because they can actually put money in there and have
It's very
people
true.
who know comedy.
Yeah, and up here it's just like, you know, fuck it, you know, mess with each other and shit. You know, I like that though. It's just, you know, I love when comics go after each other. I love when they're not joking. I love when one's serious and actually walk out of the show. I don't know if you were there tonight, this kid, he actually walked out and he was so mad, like they were heckling him.
I just got in a big heated thing. I don't want to go into detail. It was actually maybe 2 hours ago. Years ago, I came up with a stupid idea, but it worked, where we had a roast challenge. Comics against comics.
All right.
Nobody's feelings got hurt, but even the audience who didn't know half these guys liked it.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be brought back.
Yeah, we need to do more stuff like that. You know?
Inside humor and an open mic is the only place you can do it.
That's right.
It's really the only place.
Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap up here, but thanks for doing the show, Vince.
Thanks, Josh.
Let's get 16 views on this one.
Well, Josh is really the best. One of my favorite comics, one of my ones that I like to sit down and watch.
Thank you. And I'm glad Vince Paul is back doing his comedy thing. Hopefully no more strokes for him unless he's beating off the middle of his act. Jak-To-The-Biw-Mur. Get ready to get offended. Jak-To-The-Biw-Mur. Vince Paul. Thank you for watching. If you did.